I fell for a scam that put me about 20k behind. Hi there, and welcome to the Sober High, my first ever vlog. I haven't done this before, so I'm a bit nervous in front of a camera, but they say practice makes perfect, so I'll be doing that. Yeah. I am intending to stay sober and clean from other substances using cannabis. I am totally in love with cannabis. The plant is amazing. It's beautiful. Different varieties with different effects and aromas. I will be planting my own few soon, as soon as the winter is past. And yeah, let me introduce myself a little. I'm 28 years old. I started drinking alcohol at around 14. I smoked my first Zaza at 18, and at 19 I was taking cat. I was hooked on cat for 5 years until I couldn't take destroying myself like that anymore, so I booked myself into a rehab for a month. I came out sober. I lasted a good year. Almost, probably. Can't really remember precisely. And then I relapsed on crystal meth. I quit the crystal meth this January, and I've been clean for 6 months now. 3 months ago I quit alcohol and vaping altogether, and now I'm left only with cannabis. I took a little trip to our town's water reservoir to give you a view of where I live, Stella, Northwest South Africa. There's not a lot to say about this little farm town, but it does have an abundance of memories. I started and finished school in this town. I got bullied in primary school like any other ginger would have been. I snuck in vodka for me and my friends at our Valentine's Day dance in grade 10, and then got expelled for a week. Only me. We were drinking quite heavily in grade 10 already. It was basically the only fun thing to do here. Like every weekend, I'd come home at 2 or 3 a.m. and devour the fridge. My mom was worried sick. I was constantly asking for the car and for a few bucks. In grade 12, I drove the car through a fence at 4 a.m. We used to come to this reservoir and drink and climb in for a swim. We used to climb the structure with a bottle or a glass in our hand. Funny to realize now that those were the easy days. We shouldn't have wished them away so fast. At this moment, I'm living with my mom and dad. They both work for our town's church. My dad has been the caretaker of this place for 20 years. I don't personally believe in religion, but that's something we'll get to in another video. I moved back to my parents after getting clean of the crystal and losing my job, which I didn't like anyway. I lived in a small flat, a bit bigger than a container, but very cozy. And I loved that place. I lived there alone for I think half a year, maybe more. My memories of that time are all a blur. I made a friend a while back when I moved to the city, who I then started using with when I first relapsed. She lost her job as a barmaid last year and needed a place to stay. Obviously, I was eager to take her in. I was already hooked on the crystal before she moved in, but when she moved in, she sped up the process of me hitting rock bottom. I used to blame her for how I crashed and everything that happened, but I realized that it would have happened with or without her. When she moved out and ghosted me, I had the worst 3 months of my life. She lived with me for a few months. I fed her, I found her a job, which she quit for her old job. I changed my whole personality to fit hers, and I let her change the flat to her liking as well. I did her every bidding. I was in love with her. But I realized after getting sober that it wasn't she that I was in love with. It was the fact that I had someone to be addicted to crystal with. I didn't want to suffer alone. When she moved out, all hope of me surviving this relapse went flying out the window. I did not see the end of that tunnel. I was completely alone, not wanting to tell anyone anything, just continuously begging her on WhatsApp for an explanation or some closure, or for her to come visit at the least. Never happened. I spiraled with the crystal, lost my whole thought process, making impulsive decisions before they even come to mind. I fell for a scam that put me about 20k behind. I borrowed money from a friend to buy a car in order to keep her from moving out, which also put me 25k behind. The car's engine overheated within a week, and the people I bought it from are throwing hands in the air saying the car was fine when I bought it. Hang on, I'm not done yet. I made 3 separate online loans. I then later made a 20k loan at my bank, which I used to pay off the online loans. Proceeded to gamble the rest away effortlessly, and then took out the 3 online loans again. To again gamble everything away, just to pass the debt on to my parents. I was not aware of the impact my mental illnesses were having on my daily life. I am painfully aware of them now. Cannabis has kept me grounded. I refuse to quit something that has done me more good than harm, and I refuse to believe that because I am an addict, I won't be able to use cannabis and still function in daily life. I will be disproving that stoner stigma by showing you how much I get done while still being lifted. If you feel that this lifestyle might be for you, subscribe and join me while I get high to stay sober.